guys, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. For today's video, we are chatting all about the KKW x Mario eyeshadow palette. You guys really wanted me to review this palette. I asked you on Twitter and everyone was like, yes, we want a review. So I went ahead and I picked it up. I've been using this for the last 4 days. So I do have a bit of a review and a bit of an opinion on what I think about this palette. So if you guys are ready, let's get started. Palette on my eyes. I'm also going to show you a quick little tutorial on this in a little bit. So here's the eye look that I came up with. I feel like I wanted to do a more natural look because I keep seeing everyone use the blue, which the blue is very beautiful. I've used it myself. I'll link below an Instagram video I did with it, but I wanted to make sure I kind of show that you can get like a natural look with this palette as well. This is more of a natural look for me anyways. So here is the palette. This is the KKW x Mario palette. If you guys do not know the KKW Beauty brand, it is owned by Kim Kardashian. It's her brand. And then Mario is her makeup artist. He's mostly known for that. He has done a collaboration previously with Anastasia Beverly Hills. He's just really well known in the makeup community and really loved. So it was kind of makes perfect sense that they would collab together and create this palette. So like I said, here's what the outer packaging looks like. It's pretty basic. I do kind of like it. It's very sleek and different. So here is what the inside of the palette looks like. It has 10 different shadows inside. They have some mattes, there is some shimmer shades, and then it also has a larger mirror here on the top. I do like how sleek and small the packaging is. I do think that that part is nice. So let me show you guys some swatches of the palette. So here are all 10 shades swatched for you guys. That blue is just super pretty. I like all of the colors in here actually. And I've used this, like I said, multiple times. I've created a bunch of different looks with it. The cost on this palette is $45 and it is still available on KKW's website as of when I'm filming this video. I'll have it linked down below for you guys. I did have to pay about $8 to have it shipped to me, which was kind of annoying because I feel like, I don't know, I just get annoyed when I feel like you spend that much on like one thing. I feel like it should be like free shipping. That's just me though. I kind of get annoyed when I have to spend that much on top of it. It just makes the palette more expensive. So, you know, this is the over $50 palette instead of the $45, which is only a little bit, you know, it's only $8, but when you're spending that much money, it's kind of like, can I get that free shipping though? Like that's something that bugs me about Kylie's website too, is I feel like you have to reach a pretty high limit to get the free shipping. The mattes in here perform really nicely. They're very easy to blend out. They really work well together in layering them as well as the shimmers really look nice. I love this first shade here. I think it's called 2008. That one is like my favorite. I just feel like I love it for the inner corner. That's what I have on right now. It's just really, really pretty. I actually prefer using these shadows without Fix Plus. I feel like when I used Fix Plus, although I did like them, they got a little bit chunky, a little bit too glittery almost on my lid. So I feel like I like them better actually just either with my finger or with just a regular brush applying them. What I did on this eye look, which you guys will see, you can use them wet, but I just feel like personally, I actually like them better not wet, which is weird for me because I almost always wet my shadows. But the formula of this, you guys, is actually really, really good. This is my first purchase from KKW. I've just never really been like really too much into the things that she's came out with. I wasn't really excited for anything that I've seen her launch, but this to me just like looked like a really, really nice palette. Of course, I was attracted to this blue. You guys know I love blues. But I also liked that she had like the eggplant color. I just think the colors in here are really nice and they complement each other really nice as well. I know a lot of people were comparing it to the Royal Peach palette from Kylie, so here's what they look like next to each other. So you can see there is a few similarities, but you can tell that they're definitely different. Like the blue in this one here is a matte, this one is a shimmer, and there is a few like those gold copper shades that are similar, but they're just like, to me, totally different palettes. The formula is way different. Honestly, I prefer Kim's better than this one. This isn't my absolute favorite palette that I own. I feel like the formula for me on Kylie's shadows is kind of hit and miss, but that palette in particular, I feel like the mattes are a little bit hard to work with. And in this palette, I found that the mattes worked really, really well and blended out really well. Also, I just love this shade. Anytime a palette has that shade, like that orangey burnt orange shade, that's my favorite for like my crease or transition shade. So I definitely love that this palette has this. Also, a shade that I actually really, really like is this one right here. It's just a matte, like a vanilla shade. This is really, really buttery and really nice to lay down to kind of set your lid after you apply like your concealer or your eye base, and it just helps blend everything out really, really nicely. So I do really like the fact that it has this shade in here as well. So let's jump into the tutorial real quick and then we'll finish with my final thoughts. So getting started, my brows are a little bit crazy today, so let's keep that in mind. But here we are with the palette. I'm going to go ahead and start out. So first I'm going to go into the shade right here, and we're going to use that as our transition shade. I'm going to go in with this shade right here just to darken that up a bit. So I'm just going to apply that kind of on the outer corner here, put most of the pigment down, and then I'm going to kind of move it over and grab a separate brush to blend it in. But next I'm going to go into this shade right here for our shimmer. For my inner corner, I'm going to go into this first shade right here and pop that on there. I'm just using the same brush. And just for my lower lash line, I'm just going to go into that very first shade again and sweep that with this little pencil brush just along my lower lash line. And I'm just going to take a little bit of this darker shade here and just pop it just on the outer portion. So I went ahead and I applied some mascara, and this is the finished eye look. Super natural, super pretty. I definitely think that this is a palette that I think a lot of people are gonna really like. I think it's a palette that might become a staple in some people's makeup routine. I just feel like you can do a lot with it, and I actually really like the formula of it. So congrats to Kim. I think this is a pretty good palette. So we'll see moving forward without Mario's name on it. She continues, I'm not saying that she can't continue to come out with good products, but I think that Mario in particular, I think he probably was really close with this palette and working with the formula and everything like that. So I'll be curious to see moving forward what other palettes she comes out with, but I'll definitely pick up another palette from her because the quality of this one is super, super nice. So yeah, that is my final thoughts on this palette. Let me know what you guys think down below. Have you picked it up? Are you planning on picking it up? What do you guys think? Do you want to see more tutorials with it? I'll link my Instagram videos that I've done with it down below for you guys. That's going to do it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed watching. Please don't forget to subscribe before you go. I post new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and then on Fridays. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.